Hello, hello. Mic check, mic check. Hello, Emma. Can you hear me? Perfect, perfect. My chat has crashed, which is great. Just 1 second and then we can get started. Believe it or not, I actually was more prepared for this stream, which you'll see in a moment, but immediately things are going wrong. Right, perfect. I think we're all good now. All right. Five. That is very optimistic, but when I said I came prepared, that is because I already got the raid, unlike last time, and I've done the I've already defeated 60, so we can just jump straight in after making the sandwich. Interestingly, when looking at the Starly, some of them are like T-posing. I don't know, they're just like not animated. I don't like, if you look at them over there, they're just like waddling, and then as you get close to them, they put their wings down. That they do, that they do. Right. I'm gonna try. I actually have another surprise as well. If you look at my party, you might notice something. We've got 1, 2, 3 stages. That is because in my prep, there was an Applin hunt. And I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna try my luck. And I got one of the canteen meals. And sure enough, after half an hour, I got another one. Literally right at the end, there was like a minute left. And I got another one. So there we go. We've got the full set. I did think about Flapple and Appleton, but I think it's fine. And I was a bit worried about this raid spot because I wasn't sure if any are going to spawn into the wall, but I think it'll be fine. So I'm going to go to Blueberry Academy and buy the meal first instead of crafting the sandwich and try my luck that way. Because I think, yeah, just saving Herba Mystica will be good in the long run. Right, so yeah, prediction. You said 5. I think we're with the lower shiny odds. I imagine we'll probably only get 1 or 2. I would like 2 because I would like a Starly and a Staraptor, but we shall see. Staravia is kind of an awkward middle stage. I'm not too concerned about that one. All right, Academy Special. Oh, I still, that's fine. This is a weird looking dish. I mean, I know it's the Academy Special, but I couldn't imagine that being tasty. I mean, it all just sort of clashes and there's way too much. All right, perfect. Everything is set. So will we get one in the first half hour? That is the question. I like the confidence. I like the confidence. Okay, let's go. And there's not really an easy warp spot, so that's not a problem. With the power of flight, everything is fine. I wonder who will show up today. I think at the very end of last stream, Infernal, I think I just saw them say they might not make it, which is a shame, but I've been appreciating their support nonetheless. You know what was weird? Something I meant to mention on the last stream. Actually, speaking of the last stream, after I closed the stream, I realized that the tracker I had did contain an entire map feature, and I was like, oh, it was under like a toggle, and I was like, that would have been very useful. But you know, it's just how it goes. So I still don't think we'll come back to it. But I was just like, oh, that would have been very easy. But we had max, so that was fine. Basically, a very good substitute. All right, let's go. So I guess we just picnic reset, because yeah, I don't need to defeat any of them. I'm hoping this will be a good spot. I think that Lilligant is a fixed spawn, because that's the second time that's been there, so I might have to get rid of that one. So you know what else was really weird? Do you remember in the first stream there was that one chatter who came in and they said, like, you should play Xenoblade? Do you think they knew, or was that just like a complete fluke? Like they were stalking Pokemon streams just to say that? Because I was thinking about that the other day and I was like, that was really weird. Yeah, I was like, they have to be joking, right? There's no way. Right, this doesn't seem to be a good spot. I'm going to try maybe over here. Is it ideally we want to get all 15 in one area. With the mountain behind us, it should make things easier, because assuming they don't spawn in the mountain, then that'll be fine. What is that over there? Like a Klefki, maybe. No, I think they're better over here, maybe. The only trouble with coming prepared so early is I don't know what we'll do afterwards. Because it's like, yeah, let's say hypothetically get one on the first cycle. It's like, yeah, what do we do then? I mean, I could end the stream early, we'll see. The only trouble with these Starly is the shiny, although different side by side, look similar. I also can't tell when they're T-posing like that what is going on. You think they would have patched that? Right. This is... Yeah, this seems to be the best spot, I think, to get all 15. I wouldn't mind. I mean, we could go after like Lechonk or something if there. I see what other raids there are. Because Lechonk is on my list. It's got an amazing shiny. It's like a complete pink, I think, which is fitting, of course. Is that no? Yeah, when they first revealed Lechonk, I was like, wow, they knew what they were doing. I mean, I wonder how they come up with the Pokemon names, because unless it's like Pikachu and Eevee, it's changes on the region. But yeah, Lechonk is very good. Yeah, there are some great Pokemon in Generation 9. I think in terms of new Pokemon, this has been one of my favorites. Is that no? I think it's one of those ones where there was, when I was resetting for the raid, there was a Staraptor raid, and I was like, that I considered just like doing the Staraptor raid instead, because Staraptor has a more obvious shiny, but I was like, no, I want a Starly. But now I'm kind of thinking perhaps I made the wrong idea, made a mistake. Yeah, that Lilligant has to be a fixed spawn. I'm gonna go. No one got camera shy this time, which makes sense, I suppose. I mean, Applin wasn't too bad, and the one I got earlier when I was setting up, it was literally, it was on like a half of a cliff. I jumped up the cliff, and it was just right in front of me, and I was like, oh, hello. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's really weird because some of them, like I would say this one looks like it, but then I approach it and it's like not at all. No. All right. I mean, it was horrible there because some of the lighting in this game is really poor. There, I have a screenshot of when I just encountered a random shiny Elekid. I wasn't hunting for it; it was just out, and I was going through the Chargestone Cave, and at first I didn't think it was a shiny. I thought it was just the lighting being weird, and I just happened to bump into it, and it did the sparkle effect, and I was like, "Oh my god, that was a shiny!" I was just about to run past it. Hey, that one looks kind of different. I do know that Deerling, in case we get a shiny Deerling spawns, it's like really subtle. The flower on its head is pink. So it's like how you spell. I mean, it's a lot easier to tell on like the other forms, but yeah, a pink flower on a pink head is like virtually impossible. I think I can't remember now. I mean, I've got it in my inventory. It was like it's like green. It's very strange, or at least it looked green in the cave. Let's where is it? This is my shiny box. He says, and the Elekid's not in there. Where is the Elekid? I do have like a second area where I'd put shinies. I think in box 4. No, I moved them out. Okay, I have no idea where that is, but yeah, it's like green. Or the Electabuzz is slightly more red. I know that much. And then the Electivire has like blue eyes and looks pretty cool. I hope he didn't get released. Right, what are your predictions for Pokemon Day coming up? I'm gonna say, or actually, slightly different question. Have you seen people talking about the idea of them doing like a Gen 2, Gen 5 like mix game? I've seen specifically it would be like Pokemon Black Gold and then like White Crystal or something like that. It's been a fairly recent thing. I say like maybe this week I've seen it flying around quite a lot. I would love a Legends Unova game. I think that is definitely, out of everything, that's what I would want. But I could see how, yeah, if they did like a Legends Celebi, that would also work quite well. Didn't they release some other videos? I feel like it wasn't just Reshiram. I feel like they did I think that was a Zekrom one at the very least. Right, what's your favorite legendary Pokemon? I like Regigigas, I'll be honest, I think. Which one was in well, I guess they were both in the movie, but what was the one, which one was it? Was it Latias or Latias in the movie? I'm surprised they got Mega Evolutions in Gen 3. That was a surprise. Yeah, that was weird. I remember when I saw that as a kid, I was like, huh. And then never thought anything of it until I was chronically online, and they were like, oh yeah, that happened. Remember when Ash with a Pokemon? And I was like, oh yeah, they did do that, didn't they? At least there's no lag this time, like when it was constantly raining in the woods. I've said that now, and then you just watch. So that one looks different. No. Oh well. I will try my best to get a shiny bike, TY. I will. No promises, though. I don't think so, if it's still over there. It might have despawned, but it looked pretty it looked pretty similar to me, at least. I am just worried about them spawning in the wall. I really don't think they will, because I've got the wall at my back, but you never know. Right. It doesn't help that now the sun's setting as well. It's given them all a slight tint. Not Starly raids. I did when I did a Salazzle raid ages ago. They were spawning all in the walls, and it was a nightmare. Luckily, I figured out that if I like hung on top of the cave wall, they wouldn't spawn. Well, most of them wouldn't spawn in the walls. But yeah, in the past, I've seen loads spawn in the walls, but not Starly at least. When I was doing that raid, I looked up, can you glitch out of bounds? And I glitched out of bounds in this area. I can't remember, in the cave, you can like glitch out of bounds. And I went like the whole way across Paldea. Oh, they can be in the tree? That's worrying. Yeah, went the whole way through Paldea just so I could be inside, like, you know, through the wall to see if they spawn at all. And now it's raining. See, there you go. I did speak too soon. Yeah, now all the Starlies have an orange tint, which I think is going to make it even harder. Right. Right, this is the one. I'm feeling good about this. Despite the rain and the poor weather. That's the same thing. I meant despite the rain and the sun setting. Oh, they can be behind the rock as well. That's not fun. I just don't know how they slide around. Maybe they are supposed to have their wings out like that. It's very strange, but because they're, you know, everything else about them's animated, so it'd just be very weird that, oh yeah, they forgot to animate the wings. Because yeah, you think they would have patched that by now if they weren't supposed to have their wings out. But I'm also trying to see if their wings like snap back underneath them, or if there is sort of like an animation of them tucking their wings under, but it doesn't look like it. I like how the grass is moving. I feel like I've never observed that before. It looks like really, I don't know, bouncy. I don't know how you describe that. Luckily, I know what some of the other shinies look like. Because it's sparkling power on all types. If, yeah, like a Pawmi spawn, that one's like pink, so that's a really easy one. And then, I never know how to pronounce this one, like Tarantula. That one's bright red, so that one shouldn't be too bad. I got, actually, believe it or not, when I was doing the initial Starly raid that I failed like a month ago, I got a shiny Mareep just completely randomly. Like, as I was like, okay, I'm giving up on this raid, I turn around and then I see this pink sheep and I'm like, yo, okay. And that was at least, I didn't feel like I wasted my time at that point because I've been going for like 2 hours. Yeah, it was on the list, believe it or not. It was on the list, so that saved me a job. I call it a list, makes it sound sinister. Like, yeah, I got a hit list of the shinies I want to go through. It's like, no. Where are they? There's like none. Maybe maybe they don't spawn in the rain, which is a bit of a problem. Because we can't do much about that. Oh yeah, actually nighttime would make more sense. I vaguely recall, yeah, especially because there's Murkrow spawning. It could be Starly daytime, Murkrow nighttime. That's a pain. Right, what is the day-night cycle? Isn't it 20 minutes day, 20 minutes night? Because that is a problem. Right. Right, change of plan. We need to do something. Well, we wait for it to be daytime. Okay. Have a look on the map. Are there any other raids? And like completely pivot. Weasel. No. It's not looking good. Magikarp. Limit. Jamoa. Nothing good. Nothing good. Because I only saw the Starly. Oh, Lapras could be good. I don't know. As not on the list. That's kind of it. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, we're already 2/3 of the way through the sandwich. It's not looking good. Stream's dead. Stream's dead. Oh, Tadbulb's a horrible shiny. It's got like a tiny speckle of orange on its tail. And despite it already being such a small Pokemon. Does this one look different? Probably not, but I'm going to just run into it anyway. I just don't remember its shell being quite so blue, but never mind. But yeah, their little like orange bit of tail is red. And it's like, how are you supposed to see that? It's ridiculous. Psyduck. Right, so we have a problem. Because I have no idea what to do. And just waiting around is boring. I saved when once I did the 60, I saved. So would the time of day? So I'm saying if I close and reopen the game, would it go back to morning time? I suppose there's no harm in trying. I'll just lose the last 20 minutes of the thing. But if the day-night cycle is, yeah, long, then it's not going to come back anyway. Let's just, we'll give it a go. Right. I'll have to, while we wait, if it isn't daytime, do those Xenoblade quizzes again. Go for all the rare blades and see what happens. See if I can, now that I should remember most of the answers, go for 52 out of 52. Right, come on. Daytime. I love that title screen. After you've done all the DLC and stuff, I saw that and I was like, wow, okay, Game Freak. It's like some of them like, there you go, it worked. I think I don't really want to make a sandwich. But all right, sandwich or Academy Special. I'm not too worried either way. All right, sandwich it is. No worries. I have the recipe page open. I will have to have a check because I've got no idea otherwise. All right, just bear with me as I pull up the sandwich page. Sandwich. All right. Fun keyboard noises. The one I had didn't have what I wanted on it. I was looking for a very specific image. I don't think that's it. That's it either. That doesn't look right. That's not the one. Is it this one? Yeah, this is it. This is it. Oh, I got it. I got it. Okay, we need 1 serving of each of the following. Cucumber. Wait, is this the right one? Oh well, we'll figure it. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Creative mode. Oh, maybe it was because I've got both of the things anyway. All right, that's fine. 1 serving of cucumber, 1 serving of pickle. 3 servings of the ingredient. Tofu or prosciutto. What do we have? I've got prosciutto and I've got tofu. What have we seen in this area? We'll do the tofu, I think. Use 3 servings. 1, 2, 3. And then a 2 herb mystica, fine. I've never had tofu. I have no idea what that tastes like. Isn't it supposed to taste of virtually nothing? Right, then we do our herb mystica, right? We could do a sweet and a spicy. I don't think it matters. Yeah. Sweet and spicy. Very bland. Fair enough. Yeah, so I didn't think it tasted of much. Careful not to that. Okay, I think this is it. This is the sandwich. A very plain tofu sandwich. We'll use the fiery pick this time because I think we used the Eevee one last time. Oh, that's very, very pink. I suppose maybe the sweet herb mystica. Wait, did I do sweet and salty? I can't remember. Oh well. Oh, this is going to be a horrible sandwich. We've got so much tofu to put on. When it was like 3, I thought it was just like 3 blocks. But no, we got to put 9 blocks. All right. I'm not stacking them very well either. I've got to be careful about this. It's that because you make those like what's it, 4-person sandwiches on the Union Circle, and is there like double the length, and it's there. I remember seeing like a video where some people came and they just threw like every ingredient at the wall, and it looked horrible. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Yeah, it's like, can I eat 9 blocks of tofu in 1 minute and 57 seconds? Perfect. Yeah, I'm super happy that I got a third shiny Applin, because yeah, it's great to have the set now. Yeah, Kirby's the only one who'd want to eat this, absolutely. Alright, sparkling power normal. We can always do the flying one if necessary. Alright, let's aim for 2. I'm gonna have to take out that Dilligan again. Yeah, sparkling power normal, turbo, and cannon power normal. Alright, perfect. Okay. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that one looks different. But it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hello. Hello, Ryan. Welcome. I'm glad you could make it. How has your day been, Ryan? You've just arrived at the most exciting part. We've made the sandwich a horrible tofu mess, and it's now just a case of picnic resetting till we find what we're after. Right, 1, 2. Oh, Lechonk's. I forgot Lechonk is not. Maybe we should have done flying type because I think Starly's the only flying type around. Oh well, live and learn. Oh, nice. Got the day off. Perfect. On a Friday. Long weekend? Sounds good. No, I don't think there's one here. That's fine. I might need to adjust the spot and maybe come over a bit if the Lechonk are going to spawn over there. Alright, Ryan, you can't join the chat without telling us your favorite Pokemon. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, they don't spawn in the bush either. That's another concern. Right. And also, Ryan, can you weigh in on the T-posing of the Starly? Is that intentional or is that a bug? Because if you look at them when they're away, they have their wings completely out, as say, in a T-pose. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So counting with Penguin. 1, 2, 3 Starly, 4, 5, 6 Starly. No, nothing. Oh, there's one in the tree. I keep forgetting they can be in the tree. That's no good. They've got a good cry as well. It's very like, it's a very iconic noise. Same with what's it? Cricketune with the Delhi Whoop. Oh, here we go. The big reveal. Not gonna lie, not very big. Okay, no, that's fair enough, Ryan. Not a big. Yeah, that's fine. Not a big Pokemon guy. Favorite Pokemon is a Mungus. That is a very good choice, though. Fungus is definitely one of my favorites. I like what they did with the Mungus in this one with the Paradox. But no, that's fine. Thank you for being honest. Hey, that one looks different. No. At the very least with Applin, it was like such an obvious green. Even if they were so small. Whereas I feel like Starly, the difference is a lot closer. if we don't get one on this sandwich, I will try the flying type sandwich. Just to see if that makes any difference. Because, yeah, you got the Lechonk spawning over there. And that is taking up some of our spawns, which is no good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're in the trees. I've got to be really careful about that. I know this is the third time I've said that, but it catches me out every time. Oh, well, there you go. Thank you, Ryan. I mean, I'd say it is asserting dominance, so you're quite right. We need to get David Attenborough on this right now. I was about to do a very poor David Attenborough impression, and I decided against it. But, oh well, there's the dealing. Let's just have a quick check, see if any of them have the pink flower, which they do not. Fine. Then that's the other one, yeah, dealing as well will spawn. Bit of a pain. Alright, question time. Ryan. Favorite Xenoblade character? I already know Emma's, so this one is just you. I think my chat's crashed again. Has the stream crashed? Has the stream crashed? What just happened? Hello? Hello? I don't know. Did this... I think something just happened to the stream. Right, what was the last... Okay, I've never seen that before. That's interesting. Hopefully that didn't distract me from... Right, I guess I'll just restart. Ryan, do you have a favorite Xenoblade character? Well, that was scary. I've never seen that before. I have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. It could just be different times of the day. Maybe if I stream later into the evening, the connection isn't as good. Oh, we've hardly had any time on this sandwich. I was like, oh, it feels like we've done about half the time. No, only a third. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I need to come over this way because they keep spawning in that little corner. Nia, oh, good choice as always. Fantastic character. But if you were to pick between... I mean, they are the same character at the end of the day, but Xenoblade 2 or Xenoblade 3 Nia. I was about to say Xenoblade 1 Nia, and I was like, she was not in that game. See, and then we got the dealing. Yeah, I think the tofu sandwich was not a good idea. They're all like dispersed, so I can actually tell who's who. No. I don't like how they all turned to me as I said that. It's like, cheers, guys. That's better. There's a Lechonk. Young Goose is another good shiny. It's one of the pink ones. It has just like a giant pink stripe going down it. I mean, if we don't get the Starly, if we could get, yeah, Lechonk, because that one is on the list. I just experienced whatever you were having during your Xenoblade quiz video, where I totally couldn't remember if there was a character named Nia or Mia. No, Ryan. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm glad people liked that video. I really wasn't sure going into it what the response would be. But wait, whoa, hello? No, okay. But yeah, it was crazy. Just going through those rare blades, the amount of them I could just visually see but could not think of their names was just painful. Right. Looks like a dud. So yeah, I've got to stay like right here, because if I go too far to the left, Lechonk spawn. And if I go too far to the right, Deerling spawn. I just can't win. I couldn't believe it. Well, I suppose I could believe I forgot Sever. Because I went through all of the tournament members and then I just forgot Sever. And I was like, oh, okay. But I suppose he is only present for, what, 2 bits of the story? So it makes sense. Just think by this point we had our first Applin. But in theory, we could get 2 in 1 spawn, so I'm not that worried about, you know, time versus how many shinies gained. I mean, I say that about Sever, but, oh, excuse me. Cressidus and Perdido, are they only for the one fight with, in Chapter 4, or do they appear again? Because in the next time you fight Torna is in Tantal, right? XE2 or XE3 Nier is a hard choice. I think I'd have to say XE3, but XE2 Nier is iconic. Absolutely. I mean, as I say, you can absolutely have both Niers together, because at the end of the day, they are the same character. But, yeah, they are fantastic. I think everything they did with Nier in Xenoblade 3, it's obvious that she is Monolith Soft's favorite character. Like, no doubts about that. Hello, Nicholas. It is I, Shiny Starly, on the Nintendo Switch. He says, hello? Hello? No, I got my hopes up. I thought this was another one of those, what, do you remember that guy who joined while we were hunting for the Applin and we got the second one? I thought it was going to be one of those. Right. Well, there's a Petilil in the bush. I was like, what is that? I don't know what I thought it was, like a graphical error. I didn't realize there was a Pokemon in there. Every time I play Xenoblade 2. Yeah, I absolutely agree, Ryan. Absolutely. He's a cool looking blade. It is weird they didn't... That whole like area of Xenoblade 2 of them, of Torna having their own blades. I feel like that was, yeah. I guess it was just to throw you off the scent of what was actually going on. But, yeah, it definitely, I think, could have been maybe more utilized. I don't know how, though. But Nicholas, if you're still with us, how's your day been going? And the next question, who's your favorite Pokemon? I say you're still with us as if you died. I do apologize. Right. I don't know. Okay, I wasn't reading. I was looking over at chat. Emma, once again, thank you for that chat having on the phone stand suggestion, because that has been such a help. Like before I just had it like in front of me, resting on my leg, and now yeah, having it on the stand is leagues better. I can just glance over and be like, hey, the text is a little bit small, but it's fine. It's much better than what I had previously. Hello? Who's this? No. Okay. Right. we're having some rotten luck. There's nothing. I mean, I say in theory, 2 could spawn at the same time. It's happened to me before. It could happen again. But I just feel like we would have got one by now. We're running on full odds. Not yet, Super Kill. Not yet. Thank you for joining. Number 2, Lucario is a very good choice. It's for a second fave. Very good. Nope. Looking at the dud. Lucario is number 1 for Super Kill. There you go. Do you main Lucario in Smash Brothers Super Kill? When you hit me with the left field. No, I play Little Mac. You'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah. Hello. No. No, I don't even think the Shiny Starly's feet are a different color. Ah, Wolf. Fair enough. You know what? I almost mained Wolf for a while. I was pretty competent, and then I switched to Little Mac. But that's a story for another time. Well, you know, I did. Okay, I can go between. I can. I mean, Wolf and Shulk. Wolf and Shulk. But yeah. All right, let's reset. No, that's fair. I'm not that good at Smash Brothers on the grand scheme. Wait, what? I only do. I never grab people, which is like 1/3 of the rock paper scissors of the fighting. So I lose every time. I went to a Smash tournament eons ago and I got washed. But well, I suppose I could tell that story. I went in under a fake name because I thought it would be funny. I went under the name Harrison Fish, and I rocked up to the Smash tournament. Unfortunately, it did reek of BO, and yeah, I got absolutely mopped the floor with. However, one guy said I might have been the best Mac he'd seen, and then someone else, luckily this guy wasn't watching, but another guy went Little Mac and mirror matched me and absolutely, yeah, wiped the floor with me. That was a pre-COVID story. That was a long time ago now that I think about it. The sun. Is the sun setting? No, not yet. That's fine. Right. Right, this is the one. This is the one. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. No. That is true, Ryan. He was not going to wipe the air with me. You're quite right. See, I think this is a good spot, but yeah, I think the normal sandwich has let us down with the chonk and the dealing. Oh, you run tournaments, Superkill. That's pretty cool. I can imagine having that level of responsibility to like organize a tournament. That's pretty cool. Damn, I didn't realize you divulged. Yeah, truth be told, I know Superkill. He is a mutual, good pal of mine. And yes, he was the one who invited me to the tournament. I wasn't sure if he wanted to leak that. So I'll just keep hush hush. Hello? No. Man, this is not going well. Alright, Superkill. Who's your favorite Xenoblade character? Oh, the sun's beginning to set. This isn't good. Was it a gaming cafe? That's so long ago now. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to reset. Well, so we get about 23 minutes of daylight, which isn't too bad, I guess. It's just this yellow tint makes it even harder. It's like we're in Mexico in Breaking Bad. Yeah, my mother's favorite character is Jin, so there you go. You have that in common. She loved his lovely hair. It's kind of crazy how long ago that series was. Like, that was a 2020, like early 2020 thing. That was a COVID thing. Oh, you're in a new place. Yeah, that was definitely wise, because I remember, because obviously that's the stigma, right? You go to the SmashCon, BO. And I just remember walking through that door, and then within a millisecond, oh, you know. It's one of those things where I wouldn't change that first Xenoblade series for it. Like, I wouldn't change it at all. But it is one of those things where, because I was using my phone at the time to record the audio, and that is the one thing. If I could like change anything, it would just be the audio. Otherwise, everything else, I wouldn't change anything. I mean, my editing has changed so much. I wonder now if I was to go back. Oh, I think that's it. I think it's nighttime. If I was to go back and like re-edit the footage, how it would change. But ultimately, it's a time capsule. I think that's it. I don't think any more are going to spawn. Right, we'll try the flying type sandwich. Hopefully that will give us a little bit more luck. Well, I had a shower this morning, so I know I'm very clean. Shower in the morning, shower in the evening. That's how you do it. That's how you keep good hygiene. It's one of those weird things where in Fire Emblem Three Houses, Hilda says to Byleth, Professor, make sure you wash or the girls won't like you. And that's just, she says it in such a weird voice that that's always stuck with me. And so, yeah, whenever I think about horrible gaming BO tournaments, I think of Hilda. So there you go. Come to what conclusion she... Oh, that's not good. Is it random then, do you think? Because I didn't save, so... Right. No, I have autosave turned off. It shouldn't have done. I hope I've got it turned off. Yeah, autosave's turned off. Perhaps it's random. Right, let's try again. Let's just try again. It was Hilda's birthday recently. On the subject of Hilda's birthday, I think that was like the 3rd of February. I only remember like a handful of Fire Emblem character birthdays, but that is one of them. And I only remember that because it was recent. Otherwise, I wouldn't have remembered. I know. Well, I remember that Byleth's is on the 20th of September, I think. I know Fogado's is on Valentine's Day. Oh, this isn't good. Because of we just had Valentine's Day, and that Fire Emblem birthday bot came up and was like, "Today is Fogado's birthday," and I was like, "Huh." And then I know Marianne's birthday is November 23rd. Ivy's birthday is like November 16th. Camilla's birthday is the 30th of November. Do one more reset and we'll see. Otherwise, we have a problem on our hands. Trying to think, do I remember any other Fire Emblem birthdays? No, I think that's it. I think that's it. I might. Did I know Crom's? No, I don't remember. Oh, I think Selkie's birthday is like October 17th, and then like Valoria's is like earlier in October. Right, here we go. Moment of truth. Is it random? Oh, a happy birthday for what, the 13th? Okay, so it's raining, so at least things are random, and it looks like it's becoming lighter, so maybe it's better to just wait it out. I am just listing a bunch of maths, you're quite right. Where is the sun, or is it going to be blocked by the clouds? Because if we can see the sun rising, that'd be great. I say that, but then Starly are spawning, so we might just be able to get away with it. Right, let's do one picnic reset and we'll see, because it might be becoming daytime, and if it is, that's fine. But you know, from the Majora's Mask stream the other day, I realized after I finished another thing. I had like a whole... I wanted to tell like my whole backstory with why Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game. But I think because there was just so much going on, like trying to figure out where to go, I just completely forgot to share that story. But perhaps another time, when it's more relevant. I don't think Starly are going to spawn. Right, this is a problem. I'll do one more. I mean, I like dropping lore. I do like dropping lore. But it's like, how much lore do I drop, you know? Update. After recovering more from my amnesia, my favorite Xenoblade character is definitely Patrick. Absolutely. That image of him holding a that someone edited where he's holding a literal Ethernet is just constantly in my brain rent-free. Right. That is a problem. It is now just nighttime for some reason. Save all the lore for a Penguin lore video. Well, I did always wonder. I was like, if I ever got to 1 million subscribers, I would love to do like a Draw My Life. Bring that back. Like, no one's doing a Draw My Life anymore. But it's one of those ones where I remember when Markiplier did a Draw My Life, and he was like, and here's me as a baby, and I have like big muscles, and he like squiggles giant muscles, and I was like, damn, that's pretty funny, Markiplier. This is what, like 2013, maybe even earlier? I'm surprised. Hello, Infernal. No birds. We're having a bit of a crisis. We're stuck in perpetual nighttime. I mean, I can absolutely tell stories to pass the time. I got loads, he says, immediately not thinking of any. No, I think I can take Captain Patrick. I think I can. I think, honestly, hand-to-hand combat, I think I can take him. Like, I say, hand to hand. Anything else, like if he whips out the Ethernet, I'm done. But if it's a level playing field, I think I could take him. I would never forget him super kill without fail. You know, that's one of those things where you fight him once, you never forget. So that video, that video that came out right at the start of Xenoblade 2, where someone did the remix of the battle theme with just the voice line, "Don't forget me," over and over again. It just, that one has always stuck with me. I go to listen to that like every couple months. Wow, look at all these Lechonk. Why are there so many? Alright. I guess we've just got to wait for it to become daytime. Unless we're getting unlucky with every time I load the game. Because if I keep reloading it and it's going to... Oh, that was weird. Oh, that's weird. I would love to find a shiny Lechonk Infernal. It is on my list. Right. This is a problem. But there is definitely some randomness to it, because when I loaded the game that one time, it was raining. I don't know if I could name them pork. I don't know. I'd probably call them like Piggles or something like that if it wasn't dedicated to a specific chat member. Time of day is partly based on the time you'll switch, but it also follows its own cycle. Fair enough. Alright, let's run it then. Let's wait. Oh no, because if I touch the time, that'll get rid of the raid, won't it? Okay, no, we can't do that. Wait, will it get rid of the raid if I just change the time? Or is it the... Or is it the day? How do people find out these things? What? Infernal. The time? I guess people just observe. Especially if you're shiny hunting and you're moving the clock quite a lot. I guess you would find out quite quickly. Oh, yeah. Well, you join the game and the outbreaks are different. That's pretty much all there is to it. I don't want to lose the raid. Alright, let's try one more. Let's try one more. Because the clock I don't even think is accurate on my Switch. Yeah, it's not accurate. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Drum roll. I'm not hopeful, I'll be honest. Here we go. Any second now. Slow loading time. Nope. All right, I think we're in perpetual night. That is a pain. All right, so we have two options going forward. I can change the clock and see if that hopefully doesn't get rid of the raid, or we can just wait out until it becomes morning in game again, which I don't know how long that is. I think it's like 20 minutes day, 20 minutes night. Yeah, it's nighttime. Who let Darkrai loose? I do not know. I do not know. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, if I touch the clock, that will lose the raid without question, because I did it before one time. Whether it's day or night, we can always rejoice in it being Rhine time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Truer words have never been spoken. Wait, did that make sense? Oh well. Is it possible to shiny hunt mythicals in... I don't know. I skipped that one. I think so. I know it's not in this one, but I think it is. In Brilliant Diamond Shiny Pearl. I think we just gotta wait. It is a pain. Right, I can drop some penguin lore while we wait. Someone give me a topic and I will hopefully have a story for it. Channel name. Oh, penguin lore. Oh, that's a tough. Well, it's not a tough one. There's not a lot to it actually. So the OG channel name was if the real OGs. Trying to watch this on phone, so it's really laggy. It's all right, Infernal. You can dip. You know, if the stream's no good, if you lower it to a lower resolution, that might help. But then you won't be able to see what's going on. So it's up to you. But anyway, sorry. Channel lore name. So the original name, if you go back to those Xenoblade videos, the Xenoblade 2 playthrough, is The Collector. Now that is something I came up with when I was like 12, and it was because originally, and this is actually quite topical because the Sora amiibo came out today, and to go on a quick tangent, my Sora amiibo got cancelled, and I fell to my knees in despair, and I looked a bit like Kieran after you beat him in the Ogerpon fight, and or before the Ogerpon fight, and yeah, I collected amiibo, and I still do. I have a complete set, with the exception of Sora, and so the original name, The Collector, was I was going to collect things. I was heavily inspired by like Maximofo Pokemon and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, I like getting a load of things. I'm gonna get things, and that's gonna be the thing I do. And so that's the name I came up with when I was, yeah, like 12. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know this channel until the first stream about Applin, and that was fun. So that's what convinced me to sub. Well, thank you very much, Infernal. I hope I can continue to provide entertaining content for you. But if not, and you want to unsubscribe, that's absolutely fine. And I appreciate what you have done for my early streams. But yeah, so that is really all there is to say about The Collector. But if you recall, on those videos, I always had, also known as Penguin00, because the name I had been using for, yeah, since I was like 6 was originally on Pokemon Diamond. I was TSR, and that was named after these products called Go-Go's. And I don't know if anyone remembers Go-Go's, but they're like these tiny, they were like these tiny little plastic men, and I would collect them. And there was one called like TSR, and he had like a little drinks bowl, and I thought he looked cool. And so that was the original name. And then at some point, maybe I forgot, or I remember there being like Go-Go Evolutions or whatever, and where they were just like the same thing but slightly different, and it was called TSU. And so I would call like my Pokemon Platinum character TSU, and I used to use TSU for a very long time until I got Steam. And I don't know what changed, but when I created my Steam account, I was like, oh, I need to pick something different. Well, I like penguins, and I don't know, let's pick a number. And I was like, 00, because my friend at the time, who I'm still friends with to this day, his Minecraft name was Badgers7. And I was like, ha, you know what's cooler than the number 7? 00. And because I was like, it's like 1,000 or something like that. And so that's how Penguin00 came to be. Stream, more like meme. But yeah, I've always liked penguins for the longest time. I think it's one of those things where when I was a baby, that was one of the first toys I ever had was of a penguin. And so that's just been a thing. I was on Club Penguin and I had the sickest igloo on Club Penguin. Like it was like a theater and there was like flames and stuff. I had one of the sickest igloos. And my penguin was red, would you believe it? But yeah, a single 0 was not good enough because I was like, what's cooler than 1 0? 2 zeros. I think that's all the name lore there is. Well, no, there is more name lore, but that's like the general how the name came to be. And because I wanted to, because I am aware of, I used my full name as a username for the longest time, but I then came up with the one I use now by combining two of my favorite things, Luxray and Xenoblade. Yes, yeah, I thought so. That threw me off. I was like, huh? But yeah, that makes sense. You know what? When I read the Ray part, I would not have thought Luxray. I was thinking like Manta Ray. So there you go. But yeah, back to the deep lore. So yeah, when I was aware of Moist Critical, and I was been aware of him for a very long time because I have been chronically online since like the age of 12, and Luxoblade. And I did watch him for a time back when he did like the Call of Duty like story time videos, and I was like, why does he go by Moist Critical but his name is Penguin0? And I was like, oh, it's fine, it's not going to be a problem. But because I had always used Penguin00, it was like I was like, oh, it'll be fine, and then occasionally while I was playing online games, people would be like, ha, Penguin0, oh, you think you're Moist Critical? And I'm like, that's my point, I'm not. It's a different name, and I have nothing against him whatsoever, but it's always confused me why he always goes by like Moist Critical and his esports team is called like Moist Esports, but yeah, his channel name is Penguin00. So my end goal for the channel is basically, long story short, this is a Penguin exclusive. I want to box Moist Critical like Creator Clash style for the rights to Penguin0. Okay. That's my 10 million sub goal, to box Moist Critical. In my defense, I made this account when I was young, so I didn't know what else to put. It's a good thing I changed it, lol. But yeah, so tune in for the 10 million subscriber special where I box Moist Critical over the name of Penguin in Creator Clash like 3. If there's going to be a Creator Clash, because I can't remember what was going on with that, but I think the second one didn't make a lot of money. I didn't really look into it. It's hard coming up with a name though, Ryan. It really is. It is very difficult. I mean, as I say, I was just like, what do I like? Penguins. What's a cool number? 00. The first one definitely didn't flop, but yeah. I suppose the last bit of lore then, the channel. So I always, because at the end of the day, I used Penguin00 on like all my other accounts other than YouTube. I was like, oh, I might as well just put aka Penguin00. And you know, as time passed, I was like, well, my channel's called The Collector. I haven't really done any collecting, You know, maybe I should just change it. And I was like, what should I change it to? And I did go through a bunch of names, but as we say, coming up with names is very difficult. And so I brainstormed like a bunch of names before I did the name change. And then I was like, oh, you know, maybe I can come up with something cool. And I couldn't. And so I was like, well, I've been using Penguin00 for like most of my life. I'm just going to use that. And if people be like, haha, Moist Critical, then oh my god, I was wondering what that was. Just all these Flabébés coming after me. And I was like, well, if people say Moist Critical, they say Moist Critical, that's not a problem. But who knows? Maybe I'll change it again in the future, but I have no plans. Because as I say, tune in for the title match of Creator Clash 3 of Penguin versus Penguin for who can be the Penguin. What's everyone's favorite Pokemon region? I mean, I really like Paldea. I really do. It would have been Sinnoh otherwise. Because I like Regigigas. Actually, universal. Everyone said Sinnoh. So yes, that concludes the Penguin name lore drop. And it does not look like we are any closer to daytime than we were when I started. So there we go. It's alright, just bring in a Galarian Weezing with neutralizing gas. Right. Are people ready for more lore? If you give me another topic, I'll see if I've got more penguin lore to divulge. And I will divulge it. Oh, what the? Hello? Penguin lore? I don't know how much more. I don't know. I don't know if there's not much more penguin specific lore to share, but just like anything. No. Lore about actual penguins. Yeah, once upon a time, there was a bird, and they were like, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't be." Are you sure you saw a red for me? Are you sure it wasn't that Fletchinder? Did I miss a shiny? Come on. 'Cause I don't see a single for me. That is a good question, Ryan. That is a good question. Right, let me cook. Right. Oh, where to begin with that? Okay, super kill. Okay. No, I guess if there was a poor me, it has despawned. Right. The with mom lore. All right. So when I started the YouTube channel, it was hello chocolate. It was very, very casual, and I was like, well, you know, I'll just upload. I'll just upload, like, you know, playthroughs. Just figure out how to edit, figure out how to upload, figure out how YouTube works. And then I was like, right, I should maybe like do something a little bit more interesting. And I was like, well, what's more interesting to me? I thought about it for a while, and I was like, you know, it could be kind of funny. You know, I like this Xenoblade series. The second one was pretty good. What if I like play it with my mom? That could be funny. And you know, I asked, I'm like, hey mom, I don't know how this is gonna go, but do you want to just like sit down and watch me play a video game? And she was like, yeah, sure. And So we sit down, and this was around Christmas time because, you know, everyone's around for the holidays, blah, 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 blah. And we sit down, and I put on Xenoblade 2, and I'm like, right, here we go. And so we started, and that whole thing it is unforgettable. Just as with all things, it never goes the way you expect. And I mean, she knew nothing about Xenoblade 2 going in, like literally nothing. As I say, she doesn't look at video games and all that kind of stuff, because why would she? And but yeah, I really appreciated that she was down to, yeah, as I say, be a cool parent and watch. And so yeah, we start playing Xenoblade 2, and it was crazy because within seconds I go, okay, so, you know, I can't remember the exact quote, but wait, what? Your Pokédex has been updated. It's like, Pyra is an Aegis, and that's why, you know, these Torna people want her. And then, you know, she drops that iconic line, so is Malos an Aegis then? And that just completely caught me off guard at the time. And I was like, and I didn't know how to respond to that, because, as I say, I just didn't expect that whatsoever. And so I'm just like, he's just a dude. He's just a very powerful dude. And then, yeah, you know, we pressed through the game, and I didn't upload that for a while. And then I was like, right, I should probably get around to editing that now. Like, I think that was when I was sort of in my burnout phase, and like I was doing the Fire Emblem Three Houses playthrough and whatever. And so I finally get around to editing it, and that's why it ends with Merry Christmas, because I thought, even though it's like January 1st, it'll be funny to just leave that in. And then that was the first episode, and then we recorded like a little bit more after that, and I uploaded it and I posted it to the Reddit, because I was like, maybe Redditors will enjoy this, because I thought it was funny that because I don't really use social media in any capacity, and I know Reddit's like you know, I don't know what you would class Reddit as like social media, but yeah, I posted it to Reddit, and it did really well. It got like 100 upvotes or something, and that blew my mind, because I was just not expecting that. And I was like, right, well, I guess I'll keep going. I mean, it's not causing me any trouble to keep making these, you know. It's not, I've got the time. And yeah, and so, you know, continued on with part 2. And I remember at the beginning, because I got like 300 subscribers that day, and I was like, whoa. And that was after being at like 11 for an entire year. And that like blew my mind. And so at the start of episode 2, I'm like, you know, we got this many views, this many subscribers, you know, blah, 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 blah. And that was a big deal at the time. But I will just put pause so I can read what you've all been saying. Sorry, I got a bit lost in the story there. Might go watch after that stream has ended. Infernal. I mean, I don't know if it's aged well, because I say, to me, I would always say it's like, although I wouldn't change anything about it, I personally wouldn't want to go back to it, just because I feel like my content has changed so much. It's one of those things where you hear your own voice and you immediately like revolt. And I say, especially on the crusty phone audio, it's like, wow. The Mother's Gift of Prophecy, yes, it was Superkill, it really was. And that wasn't the only time either. It happened quite a few times, and it was just like, I just didn't know how to respond. I think it had happened a couple times in that very first episode. OMG, definitely look into it, Infernal. Also, watch those videos. They're actually kind of insightful to what the vibe of the games are. But I only really use Reddit to find Pokemon mystery gift codes. Yeah, that's fair enough. I say, I really don't use the internet, but like, yeah, the social medias, the Reddit, that much. YouTube was like my first big push into actually having a presence online. Most of the time, I would just chill. Oh, is someone leaving? Bye, Infernal. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. Take care. And it's becoming daytime, so we will be able to get back into the raid. And we will make a flying type sandwich this time. But from what I remember, the audio wasn't too bad. It wasn't bad, but compared to like nowadays, I feel like there's just such a difference. Like, it was like fine. But to me, it sounded like to me now it sounds horrible. I say, maybe, I mean, it must have been fine at the time, otherwise I wouldn't have continued doing it. But yeah, I think the algorithm helped me find the videos. Because at the time Chuck Gomer was making his Let's Play. Was he? I don't remember. Timothy had lots of Xenoblade. Yes, I actually really did. It's kind of a shame because every now and again I still post my Xenoblade videos to Reddit. I pretty much always do. Like if there's something like original enough with the video, I will post it to the Reddit. And they don't do anywhere nearly as well. I think Xenoblade 3 did bring in like so many new people that like the tastes have changed. Because yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't bother me that much. But it's just interesting to see like just how much that changed. Because I remember those videos would do like really well. Like the Xenoblade 1 playthrough and 2 playthrough all would like be on the top page for like a day. And that would be like, yo! But now I would be lucky to get like 10 upvotes. But you know, I still post them because you never know. Like when I did the how many button presses Xenoblade video, I was like, you know, Reddit might enjoy that. That's a pretty like Reddit tier thing, dare I say. And yeah, that video is like one of my best performing videos. That's got like 6,000 views, which is crazy. But it's so weird to me to think that, yeah, 6,000 people have watched my video. It's like, it's crazy. Even when I wake up and a video's got like, even if a video gets like 100 views, I'm like, that's 100 people. That's 100 people. And it's like, I don't even get me started on having, yeah, like 1,300 subscribers. I'm like, you could fill like a whole stadium, not a stadium. you could fill like a big venue with that many people. Oh, I'll tell you what, I have an image. Let me see, because the Starlies spawning? Oh, they're starting to spawn. I have an image that I took, and I've kept it on my PC forever, of that first episode of Xenoblade 2 with Mom. And it is because all the videos I was uploading was like Let's Plays that gets like 2 or 3 views. When I uploaded that video, because that got like 1,000 views overnight, all the stats are like 1 out of 10. Views, 999% up. The stat, 999. It was so funny. All my stats were like maxed out. And I've always kept that screenshot. And maybe at the end of the stream, I will pull that up because I still have it on my PC. And that's like one of my treasured screenshots. Because it's just so funny to see, yeah, like 1 out of 10, 999, up 99999. I was like, wow. All right, we can make a flying type sandwich. It is daytime. I will save again just in case. But we will see. Because we haven't lost anything. All right. Okay, here's another little question. What encouraged you to start uploading in the first place? Love of the game, really. You know, I've been on YouTube for such a long time. And is in like, just as a viewer of YouTube. And yeah, I was inspired by so many channels. And that was weird. I wasn't expecting that. And I was like, you know, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, as cliche as that sounds. And so when the first episode of Xenoblade 3 with Xenoblade 2 with Mum did so well, I was like, wait, maybe I can actually make things people are going to want to watch. And I still wasn't taking it too seriously at the time. But then like when they announced Xenoblade 3, I was like, right, I've got to like, yeah, if I want to do this, I've got to take it seriously. And that's why after they sort of announced Xenoblade 3, I was way more like, right, I've got to do things. Like I've got to make things that are good. And then when I uploaded, like I did experiments in between to like make sure, because you know, naturally I was worried that people were only watching the channel for like the With Mom videos. And so I was like, right, I've got to hopefully make something by myself that other people can enjoy. Hello Inferno, welcome back. And I think I uploaded, I think it was Xenoblade 2 but I leveled backwards, was the first video I sort of made entirely by myself that did well. And I was like, oh good, I can make independent stuff that people enjoy. And that was of course very validating. And that's kind of it. As I say, what encouraged me to start uploading was just, yeah, like love of YouTube. I have always loved YouTube as a platform. And well, what was that? I was a Fletchinder. That's it. Yep, enough time passed Infernal that it is now daytime. And we have a flying type sandwich that will now spawn a load of Fletchinder. instead of Starly. Okay. They're all spawning over there. I think the flying type sandwich is the way to go there. Interesting. I bet it was such a good feeling seeing the video do well. It was, as I say, that first, I think it was Xenoblade 2 by Level Backwards was like the first big independent one. Because I was worried. I was like, you know, maybe people only, because I always joke about, oh, hello. No, okay. If anyone knows Deji, KSI's younger brother, there was a big like meme on the internet for the longest time of it's not Deji's channel, it's his dad's channel. And that always stuck with me. And I'm like, oh, I hope my channel's, you know, people don't think, oh, it's not his channel, it's his mum's channel kind of thing. And yeah, so when that video dropped and it did so well, I was like, good. I say that just proved to myself. I was like, yes, okay, I can do it. Yeah, there are a lot of Pokemon that end up with half normal type. Not that many though. But most of the regional birds, I think it's only recently they broke that trend. Oh, Combee. That's interesting. Right. I think some of I'm trying to think, what's my most proud video? Another lore prompt. What are your favorite types of video games? Favorite games, series, genres? Thank you for all the lore questions, everyone. I do appreciate it. I do like telling stories. That is one of my favorite pastimes. If I could, I would literally just make videos of me telling stories. Like my biggest weakness is I struggle to keep a coherent thought until I like really get going. And otherwise I would just tell stories infinitely. Am I the only one who wasn't bothered by the National Dex cut? I was at first, but I guess it's fine. I don't really care anymore. But, sorry, back to the lore prompt. What are your favorite types of video games, favorite games, series, genres, etc.? So, I am not adverse to playing... There's no genre that I find off limits. I will play a game of any type. Whether I enjoy it or not is another thing. Like, I will give any type of game a go. For instance, a couple years ago, I was never really into fighting games. So I thought, oh, I will try King of Fighters, because when I was in secondary school, we had like, we found like a site that had, you know, like 100 games that weren't blocked by the school. And one of them was like King of Fighters. And I was like, hey, I used to be kind of decent at King of Fighters, mainly because I found out like the pay to win button. Which it wasn't literally pay to win. It was just like you would hit it with this one character and they would basically win every time. And so I gave fighting games a go and I sucked at them. And it's like, I like fighting games, but I do not play fighting games, with the exception being Smash Brothers, because yeah, that I do kind of lean into it's a party game aspect, but that's only really because I'm not good at it. But yeah, as an extension, it was like, once a year I like to try a new genre of game that I wouldn't have played otherwise. And I'm trying to think what last year's game was. Last year's game was AI the Somnium Files, or is it I the Somnium Files? I'm really not sure, because that's like I don't know what you class that, because it's like a visual novel detective game, but there's like a little bit more to it. There's like some puzzle elements, and yeah, that was, and I played that and that was good. I really liked that. And then I played the sequel because the sequel had come out and that was good too. It wasn't as good as the first one, but I still enjoyed it. Fighting games take a lot of effort to get good. Absolutely, absolutely. And that is more time than I'm willing to put in, which is another reason. Someone at a school I was at made a website that wasn't blocked by the school and disguised it as a learning website that had to be activated in a secret method. I think my favorite games are co-ops. I like working as a team. It's why Monster Hunter is one of my favorites. Bruh, is insane. The sequel drags and a lot of the cool ideas are backloaded. Yeah, Ryan, I can the sequel, I still enjoyed it, absolutely, but it was not as good as the first one. I think if your game, spoilers, I guess, if anyone cares, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but when your game relies on lying to the player, I don't think that's a good idea. All right. But yeah, Monster Hunter. So yeah, Monster Hunter was another one I tried to get into, and Monster Hunter is another series that on paper I would love because it's giant dinosaurs and like other things, and I love dinosaurs. You know, typical boy. Dinosaurs are cool, and I've tried so many times. I've tried to get into Monster Hunter, and I can just never do it, and it's such a shame because, as I say, on paper it is like the ideal game for me. But I can't do it. I just can't get into it. Maybe it's I've got like the wrong people or whatever. But every time I've tried, I tried with the 3DS. I then tried Monster Hunter World, and then there was like one in between there, and then I didn't bother with Rise and like all that because I was burned at that point. Yeah, the twist was insane and actually kind of works, but resenting it in a ton of ideas, yeah, I say it was a great twist. Like, to come up with that in the first place was amazing, but yeah, the execution was not good. Rise was my first one. I really struggled at first because I was so bad. I pushed on until I got better. Now I really enjoy it. Oh, hello. No, so I saw the red bird and I was like, huh? Right, we're not having good luck with these. I mean, we still got loads of time, but hello. Oh dear. I feel like some games just unnecessarily complicated. Some of them are nowadays, because they tried to capture that like Five Nights at Freddy's lightning in a bottle kind of thing, where it's like every game's got to have lore. Hello Neighbor, lore. Poppy Playtime, lore. Whatever that other game is that's like horror, lore. Yeah, everything's got to have lore now. Rise is probably the best for newcomers. See, I say that's where I stopped. I didn't want to try Rise because I couldn't get into any of the others. But Rise is sort of finished now, isn't it? They've done, because they've just done something for Monster Hunter World again. I mean, I'm so uninformed about this. Man, what are we doing with these birds? There's none. We've been observing birds for way too long. Bird watching stream with Penguin. Right. I mean, the flying one has definitely been a better sandwich overall, because yeah, it just seems to be Fletchinda is the one we're encountering. What other games? So yeah, I did Ace Attorney a while ago. There's probably always a Monster Hunter game in the works. I won't be surprised. I did Ace Attorney. This is a few years ago now. And I really enjoyed Ace Attorney, but the trouble was I sucked at it, in the sense that yeah, like doing the I did like I got a false sense of confidence with the first game, and I like aced the first trial, and then I was like, wow, I'm so good at this. Like immediately second trial, I had no idea what I was doing. And I really enjoy the games, but I did beat the first one. I then got partway through the second one and I just stopped, and I haven't gone back to it since. But I still really like the games. I think from what I played, they're great. But it is weird, the whole, we're in America, here's a rice ball, you know. Yeah, FNAF definitely had an impact on how developers try to integrate stories. Say Dark Souls. Yep, the Dark Souls. Yeah, God, Dark Souls. I love Dark Souls. Again, that's another. I really love Dark Souls. One of the few games I'm like marginally competent at. Dark Souls is one of them. Because I feel like I've gotten worse. As time passes, I feel like I just get worse at video games. And some of that is like definitely a mental thing. But yeah, Dark Souls is one of the games I'm like consistently vaguely competent at, which I will take in stride because of the meme, but Dark Souls is hard. It really isn't as bad as people say, but maybe I'm just because I can do it. It's so much well, I'm really not gonna say much, but I have had a video not finished, but I've had a video completely recorded since the start of last year that I have been sitting on because I'm waiting for the right time to release it, that I thought would have been by now, and it's huge. It's a huge video, and it explains why a certain video was missing on the channel last year, and that's all I'm gonna say because I really don't want to spoil anything. Yes, Ace Attorney is a game I still need to play. I've heard it's good and I'm a huge fan of Danganronpa. Yeah, I watched Danganronpa was one of the first anime I watched, would you believe it? Before I like even knew what anime was beyond Pokemon and like Bakugan, I saw the Danganronpa anime first. And I was like, wow, they make the blood pink. That's so cool. And then now I look at it and I'm like, they make the blood pink? That's interesting. I don't know much about Danganronpa after the first game, but I remember people were like upset about the third one's ending. But yeah, again, I'm not qualified to talk on that because I have no idea. What's going on? Where are these birds? Where are all the boys? I really thought we would have got one by now. This has been very unlucky so far. I miss being new to video games. It's just really fun entering a game for the first time. It's interesting you say that, Infernal, because I was thinking the other day how, because like we're so online now and everything's online, there's no like looking at pictures of a game in a magazine and then like, yeah, playing it for the first time, or just like walking into a shop one day and oh my god, there's a new Pokemon. Because I do recall like very vaguely like walking into a shop one day and Pokemon Black was out and I was like, what? And somehow I'd like completely missed that they were making a new Pokemon, and I just see like Pokemon Black on the store shelf and I'm like, I need to buy this ASAP. But I'm like 14 years old. I don't know, I must have been younger. I don't know when Pokemon Black came out, but yeah, it's like that has been lost in this day where everything's online. I feel like there's a big delay in the stream. I'm not quite sure. That or I'm just very slow at catching up with chat, because I feel like I say stuff and then it could just be my connection. Perhaps my connection's quite poor at this time, so the stream's not very recent. Because I don't basically, a long story short, I don't want it to feel like I'm ignoring anyone. The third one is very weird. It's a mixed bag. The first two are fantastic, though. The first two are fantastic, yes. I will take your word for it, Emma, because I say I have no idea. How about Metroidvanias? I've only played one, that being Hollow Knight, and it's such an amazing game. I have played Metroid Dread. Really like Metroid Dread. I played Metroid 2 Samus Returns on the 3DS. I like that. I wouldn't say they're like my go-to genre, but I do like them. Absolutely. Like, as if a Nintendo one comes out, I'll buy it. I say like Metroid Dread. But otherwise, and that's another series like Castlevania I've always wanted to get into, and I know they just did that like collection, but again, it's just having the finances and the time kind of thing. Can't go 5 meters without spoilers. Well, we try, Infernal. We try to keep it spoiler free, but no promises, eh? I recommend Ori, yes. Ori, another game I've seen very high praise for, but I think I just sort of missed the boat for Ori at the time. Oh, excuse me. Oh dear. Where are these boys? But obviously, I really like JRPGs. You know, like I feel like that should go without saying. It was, let's say I've been with Pokemon for like since birth. Hello. No, I think he's just in the light weird. What is that? Oh, it's a Combi. What's that? No, I'm getting paranoid now. I keep seeing things. Oh, never heard of the messenger. Never heard of the messenger. And so I've never been interested in like I will watch when like God of War came out. It's one of those games where I have is in like the remake, whatever you want to call it. I watched Jacksepticeye play it because it's one of those games like I was never going to play myself, but I would like happily watch someone else play. Because yeah, most of those like Sony PlayStation games I don't really care for, like The Last of Us, all that kind of stuff. It's never really interested me. And like all those Marvel games that Square Enix were making never really interested me, all that kind of stuff. Any good recommendations for RPGs? Xenoblade. Man, do I have any good recommendations? I'm blanking. I mean, I must do because I play a ton. But I mean, you know, I really like Fire Emblem Engage. I did feel, although I like Fire Emblem Engage, it did. I mean, that's a strategy RPG. I suppose it's all the same, isn't it? But yeah, my thoughts are getting scrambled now. There is a Roblox game called Arcane Odyssey. Oh yeah, of course, Persona. See, that's what I mean. I just completely forgot about Persona. It's a shame that Persona has a bit of a stigma. I almost, but this is a quick bit of Penguin lore, almost got Persona 3 Reload for the stream. I don't own it. I haven't really looked at a lot of footage for it, but I considered, I was like, maybe I play Persona 3 Reload on stream. But I always worry about playing a game as like because this is what I sort of found with Xenoblade 3. It's a little bit weird playing a game for the first time, like not completely by yourself, because it's like when I'm recording, at the end of the day, I don't put like a lot of pressure on myself because I want it to feel as natural as possible. But there's that whole thing where, you know, I'm recording. I've got to make sure I'm saying stuff because most of the time I would just sit there in absolute silence and play a game. But then I think, oh wait, I've actually got to say stuff. And I think again that's the difference between like the Xenoblade 2 with Mum, the Xenoblade 1 with Mum, and then Xenoblade 3 was in the first two series, I knew what was going on. I knew what was talking about. I could sort of guide the conversation in interesting ways. Whereas Xenoblade 3, I had no clue. So, oh, hello. So it was, I did love the novel experience of experiencing the story for the first time on camera. And because I had done the videos for so long, I was much more articulate of like getting my thoughts out there. And so that big moment at the end of Xenoblade 3 when Nia pulled up that picture frame, that's a core memory right there. I just got Reload. Good. I hope you enjoy it, Ryan. I hope you enjoy it. Well, the thing about Engage, talking about Fire Emblem, is yeah, the story was simple, but I liked it. It was just fun. You know, it wasn't supposed to be that serious, and it's like when you think of it as just like a silly little anniversary game, like, you know, Rise 1,000 years ago, waking from a hazy dream. I can't remember the rest of the words, but I remember at the time when Fire Emblem Engage dropped, that song was stuck in my head for like the month. Man, where are these burroids? I always worry at this point that like we've seen one and oh, okay. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts. I've seen a playthrough of Kingdom Hearts, but I've never played it myself. It's one of those, again, a game that like is cool, but I'm not really interested in playing myself. No voids. What's going on? Where are all the voids? Yeah, the story can be hit or miss with Fire Emblem at the end of the day. Right. I feel like we're getting very unlucky. Like, by this point, we already had our first shiny Applin. So I'll rename the stream after it's over to Epic Fail Edition if we don't get at least any spoils. It'll be Epic Fail Lore Edition. That's what the little subheading for the stream will be. Like, just show me the brown bird. Yeah, Engage has the most polished combat of the bunch, like without fail. I think the environment's fine for the raid. I think I'm in a good spot. I think it's just... I'm just getting a bit unlucky. I mean, I can try a different spot now that we've got the flying sandwich, maybe. I just don't really want them to spawn in a wall. That's my worry. Playing a game... Sorry that I'm reading this a bit late. Playing a game for the first time and streaming can definitely affect how you feel about it. When playing with others and watching, there's kind of a pressure to be entertaining, even if the game is kind of bland. Yeah, so absolutely. But I still love Xenoblade 3. I don't think there was ever a reality where I wasn't going to love Xenoblade 3, but I always had that in the back of my mind. I was like, is my experience being altered by the fact I'm like playing this game on video? What kind of streams will happen in the future? Well, I've got at least one more stream idea like coming up. The future of streams are going to be interesting because I've got to figure out a good balance between like streams and making videos. I love making videos. I think I've always seen myself as a video maker than like a live streamer. And my sort of goal is like, I will stream once a week. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And I've got like one more stream idea coming up that I will make a community post about. And hello. No. Yes, maybe that one looks... Why does that one look slightly different? No, I'm sure it is fine. But yeah, I would like to do different things because my end goal for like streaming is I want to do like... I want to make my streams as like interactive as possible. Like I really want, like at the very least, I want people to interact. And there's not a lot, I say, people can do with Pokemon, but this first week of streaming for me has been very much like getting my footing, finding out what works, what doesn't. And just being on stream and seeing if I like it. Because for all I know, honestly, I think, let's say if it wasn't for the people here today, like I might have been quit by this point because it's tough. It's very tough. And I have a lot more respect for people like Ludwig and all that who can like juggle all these things. Like that's crazy to me now actually having done it. But yeah, long story short, streaming once a week. And yeah, I hope to not do the same thing every time because I think that would get boring, and hopefully present some like interesting ideas and just some fun interactive streams, and that's it. But I decided to go hard this week because I had the time off and I was like, if there's any way I'm gonna find out if I like it, is by doing it a lot. Like if this was spread over 3 weeks, like I would never get that metric. So I was like, right, if I just do it as much as possible, then I'll know if I like it or not. And as long as people keep showing up, I think I'll keep doing it because I don't see why not. As long as you guys like it, I'll keep doing it. That's pretty much how I've been running with all my things. Man, 5 minutes left on this sandwich. What's going on? I love Makuhita. It's amazing how a Nuzlocke can change your opinion on a Pokemon, because I never cared for Makuhita, but after the Nuzlocke video, which is one of my favorite videos I've ever uploaded, it's really annoying because in that video, when Mac has his big moment, because that's what we nicknamed him, I was gonna put like a tiny little snip of the song Return of the Mac in there, and I just completely forgot. And it gutted me so heavily when I like watched the video back after it was uploaded to YouTube, and it gets to the Mac scene and the song doesn't play, because obviously I didn't want to get copywritten. But that stung. But yeah, I really like Makuhita now. It has not been a lucky day indeed. Oh my goodness. Don't tell me they've been spawning behind trees this whole time. That's not a good sign. It's the sandwich out. Why did it... What the... We're getting some weird spawns. Just give me the burb. Dang. Dum dum dum. It is tough because, yeah, at the end of the day, with self-imposed rules, it lives and dies by how much you're willing to enforce them. But, you know, I think it can be all right. I do. As I say, that was the first time I'd ever done a Nuzlocke. I'd never done a Nuzlocke before. And, yeah, it was fine. Absolutely fine. T forgot you were doing a Nuzlocke. Yep, that'll do it. Right. Come on, this is going to be the one. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's always been that one in a tree. Oh, I'm so worried that it's just been chilling there and I've never noticed. Right. I mean, that's a problem. Where are these boys? We're gonna have to reset anyway. The Starly looks slightly brown. It's a pretty subtle shiny. Staraptor would have been slightly easier because it's got like a blue bit. But I really wanted a Starly. Ideally, I want 2, but so far we're not getting... I might have to just settle with 1 and then go from there. Maybe I used up all my luck with the Applin earlier, now that I think about it. I'm a big board games person and play a lot of solo games, and I find myself way too often being like, what if I just told myself? What if... Sorry, I read that wrong. What if just told myself if forgot about that rule? Yes. I mean, I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3. No, actually, I haven't played it that much recently, but I have when I've had like a little moment spare. And I did consider playing that on stream, but I'm going to keep it real. I save scum so hard on that game, but mostly because I will like do it to try and get myself out of unwinnable situations where I will be like in a battle that is so like lost, but then I'll just keep resetting to see, oh, what if I did this? Would that work? What if I did this? Would that work? And I do not think that would be entertaining to watch because I'd just be resetting every 5 seconds. But actual like literal board games, I do like them, but I don't really play them all that much. I'll be honest. I don't have an opportunity to. Hello? No. Oh, I had my hopes up for a second. Yeah, I'm no good at chess. I'm absolutely horrendous at chess. Put me in front of a drafts board. I'll do that. But yeah, I don't think. Yeah, chess is not my thing. Long story short. There is, I do like Tabletop Simulator though, on Steam. That has done a pretty good job in the past for just like silly little games like Uno and Guess Who? They look so promising, these little guys, and like, look, this one, like, why do you look different? And then when I approach you, you look the same. Ah, well. What's everyone's favorite Pokemon type? Ooh, that is a tough one. I wouldn't really say. Call me cliche, but maybe just like Dragon type. You know, just like keep it simple. I really like. Yeah. I also save Scum in Baldur's Gate 3 to try to see if I can choose a high level encounter. It's like I'm so glad I'm not the only one, Ryan. Whoa, 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 whoa. No. You little guy. I really thought. Oh. Oh well. Sorry to get everyone's hopes up for a second there. Oh, didn't want to do that. Oh. Day 33. They still have not found a Starly. But the sandwich has probably run out now that I think about it. Because I only had like 5 minutes left, and that was like a while ago. Yep, alright, sandwich ran out. Oh, didn't want to do that. And it's becoming nighttime as well, so we might be back into the lore segment. Hopefully the save puts it back to daytime. That would be awesome, but we'll find out. My goodness. 5, 6, 7. We've been going for 2 hours. Time's flying. What? Hello, 1337. Hi, what's the little icon on the right when you focus on a wild Pokemon? That was probably which one? There could be like, it could be its size, its mark, its name, or its gender. Or yeah, that it's registered in the Pokedex. Oh no, it's becoming nighttime. Blast. Yeah, so if I look at this little guy, the middle one, probably just that it has a mark. Because it'll be like, if you capture it, it'll have, yeah, like a mark, and it'll be like Lechonk the Gluttonous or something like that. Let me see if I can find one. Starly. Yeah, that means it has like a title. So yeah, if I caught that Starly, it would be called like, yeah, Starly the Undefeated or something like that. Whereas like that little symbol means it's a small Starly. They just don't go too far with steel types. A lot of the designs are just an animal carrying something made of steel. Yeah, there are a few like that. I mean, Aggron's an amazing Pokemon for steel type. Because there are some really cool steel types. I mean, Metagross is natural. Alright, so we are back to the lore segment as it is now nighttime and there's nothing we can do about it. Unless it was just a fluke. So let's just keep going. Okay. Oh dear, I do apologise. Alright, bye Infernal. Thank you for stopping by once again. I appreciate that. Take care. Hopefully we will have the shiny bird before the end of the stream. What time has been working for people? I say I wanted to experiment with different times. I will definitely make like a poll of like times for, yeah, like future streams. But I am... No, it's nighttime. All right, we're back on the lore stream. But I'm fine. Depending on the day, I'm fine with whatever. But I was thinking most of my streams would probably just be like a Monday. And then it would be either like this time or, yeah, at 2 o'clock. Because a big chunk of my like YouTube audience are from America. So I want to make sure, you know, anyone who wants to stop by can, and not be like streaming at 3 AM for those people. Man, we really gotta wait, huh? Oh, it's such a pain that they are... What is the time? Oh no, I suppose we'd have to get a new raid anyway. I was thinking about like Kitakami, because the like Blueberry Academy and stuff will be a different time of day. But not here, which is annoying. What other games? All right, lore prompt, here we go. Perfect. What game? Thank you, Ryan. You're clutching this. What game has surprised you the most by being better or worse than you thought? This one. I mean, I was in the same camp as everyone else. I thought that it looked abysmal. I saw the graphics. You think, we'd had Xenoblade 3, and then you see this coming up, and it's like, come on, Game Freak, what are you doing? But this has become my favorite Pokemon game. It really has. I've never shiny hunted before in a Pokemon game until this one. I've never really put so many hours into a Pokemon game until when I was like a kid with Diamond and Pearl, and I put like over 100 hours into that just because I'm a kid. I got nothing better to do. Whereas this, I've done it like completely of my own free will. So I would say this one. If I was to pick another game, that is tough because I very rarely like buy games that I don't think I'm gonna enjoy. But every now and again I will take a risk. Let's see. Because I say this was the one that just immediately came to mind because it's in front of me. What? I can think of it, like there's definitely been games I've bought in the past that have like far exceeded my expectation. Yeah, I had a similar experience with Legends Arceus. I thought it was going to be a very long game, but I ended up sinking a lot of hours. It was so fun. It was. Legends Arceus was such a phenomenal game. Because obviously we all love Gen 4 here. Like, just the love they gave Gen 4. I was so upset when they showed off Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Because in my head, that game was like everything to me. That's the game, I mean, foolishly, I thought they were going to keep Mega Evolution in the series. So when they had it with the Gen 3 remakes, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to see Mega and Polion. So when they showed off the remakes and they looked the way they did, I was devastated. As I say, the second Pokemon game I've ever skipped. And yeah, but would I trade that for Legends Arceus? Not. Like, I'm perfectly happy with the timeline we have. I adored Legends Arceus so much. Like what they did with like Volo and all that kind of stuff. I loved it. It was a phenomenal game. And I just hope that whatever comes out in Pokemon Day, because that is really soon now, isn't it? That's like a week. I hope it is just as good. I hope it is something cool. I hope it's a mix. I hope they've learned. I hope there are shiny particle sound effects. And that's it, really. Oh, I'm still trying to think. What's a game I've played that I thought... Because there has been. I would have to look through my Steam library, I think, and tell you. Because there's definitely games on there that I could like pick out as being good. I recently took a gamble on the Resident Evil series. I'm not a horror guy or a 3RDP shooter guy. Oh, yeah, of course. But 2 and 3 remake were on sale, so I bought them and I fell in love with the series. Yeah, Resident Evil's another one. I've seen playthroughs, but yeah, because they say like that horror aspect, all that kind of stuff. I'm a big wuss when it comes to horror games. Like, I'm so upset because I had a horror game video planned last year, and all the footage. What happened to the footage? It got like corrupted, or something went wrong with the footage, and so what I salvaged was that like little short I uploaded. Because we just played, I say it was a horror with mum, and we played all of the like generic horror games, like the Five Nights at Freddy's, the Poppy Playtime, and there were some genuinely funny moments in that yeah, were just lost to the history books. But there was a couple of good ones. It was like, but otherwise, yeah, I'm a huge wuss when it comes to horror games. Like even like the tiny scary things will set me off. I've been wanting to play the Silent Hill games. Only horror game I played was FNAF 1, and the horror didn't last long since the game is rather repetitive. Yeah, that is true. And I'd say they are cheap jump scares at the end of the day. Five Nights at Freddy's is such an interesting series. It's like just what I love the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. Not as in the lore of the game worlds, but it's in the lore of how the series came to be with Scott Cawthon, and how he made all those religious games, and then people were like. Parents were like, your games are too scary for our kids. They're visually scary. And he's like, what? They're Christian games. All right, well, if you keep calling my games scary, I'm just going to make a horror game. And so he made Five Nights at Freddy's, and the rest is history. Like, I love that story. Like, that's such a... to me, that's a very inspiring story that, yeah, one day you can just make something and it will become this, like, industry titan. I did see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and that was funny. I got roped into it. I didn't want to go see it, but all my friends were like, let's go see the FNAF movie. And so I did. And It was fine. It was fine. Like as someone who doesn't really care about Five Nights at Freddy's, I could see the love they put into that film, and I really appreciated that. It's a shame Markiplier couldn't have been in it though, because that would have been great. Oh man, I'm really annoyed that I can't think of any more answers to the question, Ryan. Because there have been. There definitely have been. What? I mean, I can't think of any. Oh well. I'll like click end stream and immediately like 10 will flood into my mind. Because Markiplier was supposed to play the security guard at the very start of the film, but because he was doing Iron Lung, his schedule didn't line up, and that did gut me. Because I didn't know like Matt Pat was going to be in it and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, hey, yo, Matt Pat? It was so funny. When I was in the theater, the amount of people who went like, and then someone obviously went, that's just a theory, a game theory. But one person, he said that's just a theory. And someone in the back like cackled so hard. And I was like, come on, it's not that funny. Like, he said the line. But it's just one of those things. Oh yeah, The World Ends With You. That was I haven't played that, but again, that's one of those ones that I've seen and I've heard is very good, but I've just never had the chance. Apparently it's only really good on like the DS for the touchscreen, or is it fine? Because they made the Neo World Ends With You, didn't they? Actually, just going back to the FNAF movie, it was, again, it's crazy, like, the grip Five Nights at Freddy's has on, like, on just, like, fans, because, yeah, there were people, like, fully dressed up in costume for the movie, and, like, wearing makeup and all this kind of stuff, and I wanted to speak to them, but, you know, my stomach was calling, and I went to get food instead, but I was like, wow, this franchise means a lot, and, you know, these weren't, like, young people either, because I expected there to be, like, a lot of kids there. And, like, they were, like, my age, you know, early 20s, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, that's crazy. Hey, welcome back, Infernal. We're on the lore part of the stream as we wait for it to become daytime again. And we are talking about video games that have been better or worse than we expected. Oh, what? I don't know. I mean, actually, if we want to... this is a story I've told before. In one of my Xenoblade videos, where I didn't like Xenoblade 2 at first. I did not like Xenoblade 2 at first. Yeah, people were absolutely dedicated. But it was amazing to go to the theater. As I say, there were so many. I was like blown away. But yes, I did not like Xenoblade 2 at first. If people remember this story, I won't tell it again because I did tell it on one of my videos, but I'm happy to share it even if people do remember. Video games absolutely bring people together. You're quite right, Infernal. Alright, so I'll start telling that I didn't like Xenoblade 2 at first story, and then if you guys want to stop me, that's absolutely fine. So, yeah, when Xenoblade 2 came out, I played it with the dub because I am not a... If there is an option for a dub, I don't care how bad it is, as long as it's not atrocious, I will use a dub every single time. And so I start with the dub. And as we all know, the start of the dub for Xenoblade 2 is not good. And I finished chapter 1, and I played like half of chapter 2, and I was like, this sucks. No, I finished all of chapter 1 and chapter 2. And I was like, I did not like that. Rex, his voice annoyed me. And I was like, man, this sucks. This is horrible. Like, I don't know. Unfortunately, I play JRPGs very wrongly, where I will just rush the main objective until I cannot rush the main objective anymore. And I have to force and do grinding. Which is another reason I actually do like Xenoblade as a series. Because they made, especially Xenoblade 3, that was so fun to do side objectives and explore and do all that. I mean, I love that you can just explore and get levels in Xenoblade. You don't have to do quests.
And I say Ionios was without question my favorite Xenoblade world to explore ever. You know, I think in all of gaming, I loved Ionios. But anyway, tangenting. And so yeah, I'm playing Xenoblade 2. I hit a brick wall. I'm struggling. I'm not having a fun time. And I'm like, right, I am going to stop playing this game. And so I played it when it came out on, yeah, like December 1st, 2017. Because I was really excited for it at first. Because I was a big Xenoblade 1 fan. I had watched Chugga Conroy play Xenoblade 1. That was my first exposure to Xenoblade. And I remember I like watched, because his playthrough, because he got sick during that playthrough, if I recall. And I watched like the first half of however much he uploaded. And then I went and watched all the cutscenes afterwards because I was like, I need to know what happens. And that was my first exposure to Xenoblade. And then I stopped playing Xenoblade 2. And I'm like, right, I don't want to play this game. And the DLC for Breath of the Wild came out, you know, the Champions Ballad. And I was like, well, I'll just play that instead, because that came out that week with like the Game Awards or whatever. And I start playing the Champions Ballad, and I finished the Champions Ballad, and I was like, oh, I enjoyed that. That was nice. And I was like, okay, well, I paid for Xenoblade 2. I saved up for this. I spent money on it. I very rarely refund things. So I was like, well, I might as well just keep playing it. You know, I've spent the money on it. I might as well. And then, you know, that means I continued on. This was like at the end of the year. This was like coming up to Christmas time. This was like, let's say the 20th of December. And I start playing it, and I do the Vandom stuff. And then I was hooked. And I say the Vandom stuff happened, and that scene like really hit me. I love that. I remember being appalled when Zeke did his line, and it like the lip sync was not there at all, and he's like, Zeke von Gembu, bringer of chaos, and his like mouth is still moving, although he's already finished the sentence. And but yeah, the Vandom scene really got me, and I was like, I looked and I was like, well, it's the 20th of December. I'm gonna make it my mission to finish this game before the end of the year. And I kid you not, I played that game like every single day for hours, with the exception being like, you know, the Christmas period. I was just I was waking up playing Xenoblade 2, going to bed. I was addicted, and I was like, I just have to know what happens. I have to know what happens. And I was so invested. And it got to the 31st, and I was at chapter 9. And no, yes. I was on chapter 9. And it's, let's say it's 11:30 at night. And I'm fighting Jin. And I remember, I still have it on my phone to this day, the sticky note of the orb combos I was going to do, because I was woefully underleveled for the Jin fight, and so I needed a really strict system, because as I say, I was just rushing the objectives. And I still have on my phone the sticky note of the elemental combos to perform to get all the orbs on Jin to do the chain attack to take him down. And like that, when I pulled that off, I was so satisfied. And yeah, I was in love with Xenoblade ever since. Like Xenoblade 2, I did it. Unfortunately, I did not beat it in time. It got to like, I kept going until like 1 a.m, which at that point was like way past when I would ever go to bed. And I was like, I have to stop playing. I had got to the, like, I guess you would call them like memory fights in chapter 10. I don't know what you would classify them as, or like the architect's test. I don't know what you would, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And I got to there, and it was like 1 a.m, and I was like, I have to stop. And then I came back when I woke up the next day, like 3 hours later, I beat in the game. And I remember watching that. I remember watching the ending, and I cried. You know, it wasn't like, I didn't cry like that hard, but I definitely shed tears, because I was like, I was so emotionally invested in like Pyro and Mithra's story, and I couldn't believe, like with the way Xenoblade 1 ended, that they were going to end it so like sad. It was so sad. And then of course the credits roll, and I remember sitting there in pain, like actual pain. I was like, that can't be how the game ends. That can't be. I was so sad. And then, you know, the after credit scene plays, and the core crystal lights up. And I remember, it's so embarrassing to admit, I remember like shedding a tear and being like, Rex got them to Elysium after all, or something like that. And that stuck with me ever since. And yeah, so I'll always remember how I started off absolutely hating Xenoblade 2, and now it's my favorite game of all time. Pikmin is my favorite series of all time, but Xenoblade 2 is my favorite game of all time, if that makes sense. But anyway, I need to catch up on chat because I have not looked at chat this entire time. See, that's what I mean. When I get going, I can just keep talking. So sorry everyone. Let me get caught up. Oh, here we go. Sorry everyone. Video go. All right, here I'm catching up. Emma, I love Xenoblade 2 from the very start. I was very emotionally invested in it. So not me. Spent so long trying to get the Rex armor in Breath of the Wild. Oh, I remember that was so funny. The fact that they did, it's such a shame they didn't do something like that for Tears of the Kingdom, but I get it. I didn't know about Xenoblade back then. I thought it let you go underwater since it looked like a scuba diver set. Fair enough. Well, I mean, you say that, but I suppose you do, don't you? With the diving. I didn't love Xenoblade 2 at first either. Then tried Xenoblade 1 back on the Switch and loved it. I decided to go back to 2 and really tried to figure out the combat and have been a fan ever since. Nice, Ryan. Nice. That's a good story. I was severely disappointed. Unfortunately, it doesn't let you go underwater that much in Xenoblade 2 either. Yep. Is Xenoblade the kind of game where the story isn't too forceful, lets you go all over the world? Kind of. I mean, you know, the worlds are pretty big and you can go pretty much anywhere. I was also addicted to it, playing it day and night. That's it. No, it's pretty story driven. They're like half open world. Yeah, Ryan, you've explained that way better than I ever could. I was a hot mess during the ending. Haha, yeah, he did. Xenoblade 2 had a bit of a rough start, but it more than made up, will it? I want to say from chapter 5 onwards, it really picks up story-wise. There you go. Thank you for letting me catch up, everyone. But yes, I do remember. I think I had, because yeah, although I said I was like gripped at the random scene, and that is true. Yeah, after. Oh yeah, when was it? I'm trying to think. It was. Let's say it was after that point, but yeah, there was that. I think it was, you know, like chapter 7 when Rex gives his big speech and all that kind of stuff. That's when I was like fully committed to, I've got to beat this game like as soon as possible. I have to know what happens. Especially, you know, like the world tree and all that kind of stuff like that. Oh, I remember going up the world tree for the first time, and oh, that was so good. I think I figured everything out pretty quickly. Yeah, I was just woefully underleveled. Is the sandwich? No, we haven't even made the sandwich. Yeah, I have been wondering, Infernal, this entire time, like, are we just going to get a completely unrelated shiny? Because this has been a fruitless stream. I mean, it hasn't been fruitless because I've had a good time, and I hope you guys have had a good time getting all your penguin lore. But, yeah, so far, this has not gone the way. Maybe if like, future shiny hunts, I will not pick Pokemon that are, like, time of day dependent, because that is rough. Truth be told, I didn't read the tutorials, so that could probably be why I got it. Because, yeah, I was a bit of a tutorial skipper at the time. I do read things more now, but, you know, if the lockout yesterday, not lockout, if the randomizer yesterday was any indication, like, I had to read the tutorial for the sword. Right. I mean, and that, you know, talking about like Xenoblade 3 and like doing that on camera, and that was one of my biggest worries because I was so like emotionally invested in 2 and all that kind of stuff. I was like, what if I don't hit those same highs because I'm on camera and I like have to say, or because I'm being recorded? But I still loved Xenoblade 2 by the end. It was one of those things where like in chapter 6 with the Sky Keep and all that kind of stuff, or the Cloud Keep even, like at that point, I was like, I forgot the cameras were even, not cameras, I keep saying cameras. I forgot I was even being recorded. At that point, I was so invested in like seeing Nia and the, you know, doing all the stuff with the Queen of Agnes. Like it was as if there was no, like I wasn't being recorded. I was so in the moment. And again, like with the ending of Xenoblade 3, I was like just completely there. I have to leave a bit early today. Need to get started with dinner. Have a great rest of the stream, and hopefully you can get that last minute shiny. See you in the next one. Thank you very much for coming by, Emma. I do appreciate you showing up to literally all my streams. That is I really do appreciate that. And take care. I will announce the next one as a community post, hopefully soon. Right. Okay. Oh, I personally like Xenoblade 3 the best just with overall customization. I'm a weirdo who loves being overwhelmed by UI and gaining mastery over it. Yeah, it is kind of weird when you start... I mean, I said it in my impressions video. Yeah, you look at that UI and it does look crazy. But then once you've learned the game, you realize, oh, you can actually just ignore like 90% of the UI until you need it in like the specific situation. All right, great. Well. So I've given 2 examples then of games that I thought were going to be bad and actually be good. My biggest gripe was Xenoblade 3 are the art icons. They're the worst in the series. They only use a handful of the icons and they are. Yeah, that is true actually. I've never really considered that. You're quite right. Yeah, the icons are a bit weak. I'm trying to think of a game though, because now I've given 2 examples of games that I thought were going to be bad and I've ended up loving. What's a game that I thought was going to be good and I didn't enjoy? I thought that Makahita was shiny for a second there. What games have I played that I thought were going to be good and I didn't enjoy? Well, I don't know if this really counts, but Paper Mario 3D All-Stars. I fell into the FOMO trap and I bought that and I literally haven't played it. I bought it at the time and I have not played it, and it is one of my... I very rarely like burn myself with purchases. Like most of the time I will buy something if I think it's going to be good, and as I say, I have the funds and blah blah blah. But yeah, I completely fell into FOMO for All Stars, and so yeah, I guess I thought that was going to be good and it was worse than I was expecting. The stream's really laggy for me. For some reason, I'm going to try to reboot my Wi-Fi. So I'm like, no worries, Infernal. Thank you for stopping by. Right. Right. This is a pain. This has been a real pain. I'm trying to think. Are there any other? I mean, there has to be. I will get off this stream and I will immediately think of like 4 games or something. But what's a game I thought was going to be good and ended up being bad? I went through like a phase of buying all these Minecraft clones. This was years ago. And a lot of those I only played like once and never again. So I mean, I guess those count, but I can't think of any. What's that? What was that one? Was it like Fortress Craft or something? It was one of those like horrible ones, and I did get burned on a load of those because they were just terrible. Ah, you were lucky then. Absolutely lucky. Man, this sucks. Oh. Man. Dun, 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 dun. Oh dear. Right. All right. We need what? I don't know what we need. What we need? Daytime. We need a sandwich. Because right now we're getting nothing. We're getting no progress. New law prompt. That's it. I think we're ready. We're ready for a new law prompt. New law. Bum, 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 bum. I feel like it should be daytime soon, but again, that moon is moving like pixels at a time. What the? Right. Have a great blah blah blah. Alright, it's becoming daytime. So hopefully we will get that last minute shiny. Otherwise, I'm privating the stream. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, I guess we just wait. We just wait for daytime. Do I make the sandwich preemptively? I don't know if there's much point. If you were an experienced game developer and could make any changes to Xenoblade 2, what would they be? I guess the generic one is just tutorials, right? I feel like you just you polish up those tutorials. I would do the lip syncing 100%. Let's lip sync all of Xenoblade 2. Because I mean, I guess I would maybe like port the quality of life stuff they added in Torn of the Golden Country with like the collection points. I'd bring that over. That's kind of it, I feel. If I can make any other changes. I'm just trying to think, is there any like inconsistencies or like tweaks I could make? I don't think so. I think because it's one of those things where like I like Xenoblade 2 as a complete thing, where anything I would want to change is so like minor in the scale of it all. How about you, Ryan? What would you change? Get out of here, Lilligant. Oh, Ogerpon, come back, please. We're on daytime. Daytime cannot come soon enough. Yeah, so note to self, do not pick Pokemon that only spawn at certain times of the day, because otherwise we'll just be running around for about 20 minutes. It's alright, the sun is coming up though, so hopefully the Starlies will start to spawn, and we can catch one before the stream ends. Because this stream will self-destruct in 18 minutes. My biggest change would be to the affinity trees for blades. I feel like most players don't take advantage of them because unlocking them can be obtuse, especially the ones with favorite power charms. Yeah, that is true. See, I basically 100%ed Xenoblade 2. I did all of the affinity charts, and yeah, I used a guide though, because yes, now that you say, it is very obtuse. I'm getting a weird sense of deja vu. I feel like I've had. Have we talked about this before, Ryan? I don't quite know how, but I'm just getting a really weird sense of deja vu. Alright, here we go. Daytime. Welcome back, Infernal. It's daytime. You seem to come back every time it's daytime. The sun is coming up. The Starlies will spawn, and we will have one last attempt. Right. Come on, Starlies. Where are they? I have a grand total of 0 super kill. A grand total of 0. We've had 2 lore segments and 1 daytime. I can't believe it. I've got 3 shiny Applin, but nothing for the Starlies. Literally nothing. I think doing a raid that was only works on one time of the day is a bad idea. Maybe I've commented about this before. I love thinking about game design, and I know I've commented about movement. Yeah, but traversal there. Maybe I'm gonna have to look at my like YouTube comments to see if we've spoke about this before, right? We probably haven't, but yeah, it's just like really strange. They are too small, you're quite right. And they're not that different looking. I don't know why they're not spawning though. That's the most annoying part. Oh, I've got a dip in 15 minutes. Yes, Infernal, before the stream started, I was getting everything ready and there was an Applin raid. And I just thought, oh, I'll chance my luck. And yeah, there was a third one. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, look, there you go. Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3 all in a row. Alright, the Starly are spawning. Let's make that sandwich and pray. Alright, we go with the flying type one and call it there. That's a good point. I just had the picnic open. Oh well. Alright, creative. No, we don't want to create. Yes, we do. We do want to creative. They were new Pokemon introduced in the last generation and were given new evolutions this generation. So there you go. We need prosciutto. 1, 2, 3. Next. They've definitely made them really cool in this gen. Absolutely. I need to add some Herba Mystica. 1 spicy, 1 sweet. Flame and Fiery Pit. Alright, this is it. This is the home stretch. I'm just going to put all the prosciutto on one area, I think. He says, immediately spreading it out. Bramblin's not that bad. Pickles. Team Pickles, yay or nay? I am indifferent, really. All right, bread. I mean, it's weird. There are, yeah, it's a weird Pokemon. I understand why, yeah. But then there's like Flamigo, who's just a flamingo. Right, here we go. There you go. Right, this is it. The final rush. Right, will fortune smile upon us? Let's find out. Right, eyes peeled, eyes peeled. Oh, weird. I'm on the official Pokédex website and type Applin in search bar. I think I'm up. Well, it exists, Applin, because there's Applin, Driplin, and Hydrapple. There's also Flapple and Appleton. Right. Maybe they haven't updated it in a long time. Right, here we go. This is the moment of truth. Come on, shiny boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, the stream has been going on for a long time, and we've had nothing. It's been a very unlucky stream. You think how lucky we were at the start or the first stream, and now nothing. I've been scrolling so all those except Applin. Applin is a Gen 8 Pokemon. So if you're looking at like the Gen 9 Pokedex, or like the new Pokemon from Generation 9, Applin's not there. Ah, got him. Got him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Man, this is ludicrous. But where are they? I just want my brown bird. Is that too much to ask for? Oh man, that sucks, Infernal. Maybe next time. They just look different. It's so weird. What's your favorite unknown Pokemon? Do you mean as in unknown as in literally the Pokemon unknown? Or do you mean like a hypothetical new Pokemon? Right. Right. Yeah, okay. I like the question mark because he has a very like he has a very like fed up face. Like they put a lot of emotion into that single eye to make him look very strange. So yeah, the question mark is my answer. Man, we're having the most rotten luck. Infernal, they're the letters of the alphabet. It's all the letters of the alphabet and then exclamation mark and question mark. Alright, man, what's going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Man. What's going on? No, that's it. There's not. None there. None there. Run out of time. We are running out of time. I need everyone to send prayers. Send your prayers. We need prayers for the shiny Starly. 3 hours nearly and nothing. Man. It says there are 8 people viewing. I even if you're not chatting, I want you to put your hands together and pray for me. The second I say that, it drops down to 7. Like, come on. Oh, everyone, do the Kamehameha wave. Put your hands in the air. Give me a Spirit Bomb power. I'm an A guy myself, since it looks like it's making a walk face. Yeah, I get that. Oh, so question mark though for me. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe 12, 13. I said it again, the number dropped down again. But I don't want to give you no Spirit Bomb. That's crazy. I just assumed unknown. I just looked up unknown to see all versions, and for some reason they all have an entry on the villains, as in villains in general. How weird. Oh, actually, you know what? That would make sense, because they are a tiny bit antagonistic in like one of the movies, and I don't know which one. But I think it literally has unknown in the title. Right. Man, we are getting so unlucky. Ogerpon's wearing the right mask for this occasion, I tell you. It's no good. I just want one brown bird. That's all it takes. It could. I thought it was the one with, yeah, one of those three. Yeah, maybe it was the one with Entei. I was going to say Suicune, admittedly, but it could have been Entei, because yeah. Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. No, there you go. Oh, mystery solved, Ryan. Mystery solved. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's nothing. There's nothing. Oh, Suicune was the Celebi movie. I see. I see. It is weird what characters have entries on Villains Wiki. I mean, Lucina's the classic one for being the villain of Peppa Pig. As we all know. Oh, man. I've got to be like in just the right spot. Otherwise, yeah, because a load of non-Starly are spawning, which is a pain. But it happens. Gotta go. Hopefully I'll be able to make it to more stream. I hope so, Ryan. It was nice chatting to you. Thank you for all the prompts. Take care. As I say, the stream will be wrapping up in about 4 minutes anyway. It's a shame you couldn't have been here for the Starly that we're going to get in the next 4 minutes, because I believe. See ya. All right. Well, we just got to keep believing. 1, 2. Come on, today, guys. 3 in the tree. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They just look the same. I'm learning. You are Infernal, but it's okay. Because that means you get exclusive naming rights to the Shiny Starly that we're going to get in the next 3 minutes. Perfect. All right, this is the one. This is the one. Gonna have to like open and close the picnics with my nose or something. It's like a superstitious thing. All right, come on. Any second now would be great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I completely agree. Yeah, the lighting does not help. They do. Some of them, like, they look brown. I'm like, what's going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's not one in the tree. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, that's all our spawns. Man, this has been painful. All right. Yeah, get ready for me to update the title. Starly Shiny Hunt Fruitless Edition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, there's one in the tree there. Oh, that's a pain. See, that's what I worry about, is that there could be one in the tree like this whole time and I've just never seen it. All right, last minute. We'll do one more picnic reset and then I've got to bounce. All right, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. Come on, spirit bomb, hands in the air. This is the one. All right, well, are you all done picnicking? Here we go. This is it. This is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. Oh, what a shame. There are 2 in this tree. Eee, that's rough. That's really rough. Because now that we could have potentially missed one at some point. Right. I think that about does it. I'll give it one more go. One more go. And then you've got to know when to throw in the towel. All right, Infernal, this is the last one. This is actually the last one for real this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not looking good. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, they are spawning in that tree. That's made me so paranoid. No, I think that's it. Well, we tried. We absolutely tried. And we have to stop at some point. So that is it. That is it. Thank you for coming, Infernal. That is where we'll stop. Thank you for all the viewers. And we will... Oh, man, that sucks. I will announce the next stream in the coming days. But for now, that's it. Squidward, unfortunately, you have arrived at just the wrong time. We're about to wrap things up. But thank you for stopping by. We're doing one last cheeky reset. Cheeky, any ideas? No. Imagine if we got 2, just like that. Out of the way. Oh, whatever. All right, let's pause that there. Pause that there. Okay, I'm going to bounce. Thank you, everyone, and I will catch you all in the next stream. Take care. Goodbye. Now, how do I end this?